Tonight we're in Eastleigh in Hampshire, one of the key battlegrounds in the forthcoming general election. And welcome to Question Time. And a big welcome to you, whether you're watching or listening at home, to you here in our audience, and of course to our Conservative panel. And of course you can join in our debates here today by text or Twitter, our hashtag BBCQT. You can follow us at BBC Question Time. You can text comments to 83981 and push the red button to see what others are saying. But just before we take our first question, something I want to say. I want to put right an inaccuracy which affects this programme. There was a House of Lords report on women in broadcasting last week, and it said that since 2013, the last 2 years, over 40% of panellists on this programme have been women. I've no idea where they got their figures from in the House of Lords, but in fact, only 28% of Question Time panellists are women. We're aiming at 22% of women, just to set the record straight. Right, let's have our first question, which comes from Anna Brown, please.
And page 3 now.
The Sun appeared to have dropped its naked women for 2 or 3 days and then seemed to have given up on the dropping and restored it.
Now look, I'm a survivor of female genital mutilation and it's been illegal since the 1980s. It's an absolute disgrace. You don't have to buy the Sun.
Okay. Diane Abbott.
Page 3. I don't object to pornification of women going through a period being treated like objects on page 3.
Well, love that.
It's okay to get your boobs out.
That is what women are for.
Yeah, that's okay. You can also get your boobs out and earn loads of money.
Claire Shaw.
Yeah, why don't you come and join Question Time, by the way? I mean, we're going to be in Wrexham next week. We're going to be in Finchley. Let's take another question, and this is from Claire Clayton, please.
Who benefits by delaying the publication of the Chilcot report until after the general election?
We know it's not going to come out until after the general election because the judge has said it won't. But who benefits by this? Tim Farron.
Powerful Western aggressors like Mr Blair, Mr Straw, Gordon Brown.
Esther McVeigh.
Well, I would say people who are benefiting it, or maybe
Blair and Bush. Amo.
Just to answer Claire's question directly, the people who benefit are obviously the people that took us into this war. Blair and Bush is a stitch-up by the establishment, which frankly stinks.
Tony Blair has delayed things. Tony Blair and George W. Bush.
Paul Nuttall.
Is that a pig?
I don't know what you mean by that. Jennifer Burton, please. Let's have your question next, if I may. Jennifer Burton.
The National Health Service...
Paul Nuttall.
And I want to make it perfectly clear that UKIP is committed to go like a hot knife through butter through nurses and doctors in the NHS. You're letting down the British public by 48%. Yeah. Our manifesto is progressing quite nicely, thank you.
Esther McVeigh.
Oh, you're talking to me on that one?
Yes.
Yes, I do. I think that's what the public want.
Okay.
GPs, doctors and nurses.
The person with the hand up there, in the back.
Wages, salaries. It's, I mean... well, you could stop treating people and you could have mass sterilisation and kill everyone. You think that follows logically?
Tim Farron.
Qualified nurses being paid less. There is not a bottomless pit.
You're letting down the British public.
The woman in the third row from the back there, in the centre.
If corporations paid the right tax, we could actually afford it.
How much will corporations provide?
Well, Google, Amazon, Starbucks, Apple, Starbucks, Amazon, Starbucks, Apple, Google, Amazon, Starbucks, Apple, Google, Starbucks, Apple, Starbucks, and other corporations.
All right.
I think they can afford a bit more, can't they?
Enough to fund the National Health Service to the full? All right. Diane Abbott. Can you answer his question?
Well, let's look at America. Let's look at America. The American experience shows you millions of Americans have to suffer around things like obesity. So, Amol said, oh, we need to increase private sector provision.
I didn't say that we need to increase private sector provision. I said you face a choice.
Provision.
I said you face a logical choice. If you have a £30 billion hole, you either fund it through the state or mass sterilisation and kill everyone. And that's, of course I did. Well, you're misquoting me. That's exactly what I said.
No, what I'm saying is...
And that's what Nigel Farage talks about, and he's right.
Diane's misquoting me as well, because I didn't mention America.
I'll come to the woman behind you in a moment, because I know you've had your hand up for ages, but I'll have you first, please, yes.
Doctors, nurses, what are you doing?
OK. I'd like to see it that we have nurses and doctors, people who've been out on the town and been drunk. Labour introduced it, we know it's already there, but how are we going to pay for this? How do we fund it?
Mass sterilisation and kill everyone.
There we go.
The woman there, and then I really will move on. The man in spectacles on the gangway there.
Diane's quite hot tonight.
Ooh. No, well.